Entering team select screen, the Chicago Bears, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 9 of the 2022 season. And up next is Xavier Howard.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
On first down, it's Fields. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Dolphin football. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he keeps going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January. And he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Coach suggestions, recent play, favorites, personnel, play type, option, run, inside handoff, AHP ace power.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HP inside zone select. AHP ace power.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Dolphins at 7-1 now on the year, and they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
63 options. HP inside zone selected.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The numbers for McCaffrey last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary.
Let's rock and roll. Playmaker, step up. Give us
Entering play call.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
We have 63 options. HP inside zone selected.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Zone selected. AHP ace power.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. This is McCaffrey on the give. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense? What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. on second down, McCaffrey gets past one man. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Entering play call inside, play type, option, run, pass. Pass there, Y stick.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Play high, run. Inside, AHPA's power.
2nd down at 4. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 43 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HP inside zone is selected.
Here we go.
Cross button.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 1st down.
Entering play call, AHPA's power.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Ready, go.
McCaffrey following the penalty. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job. They'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Entering play call.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Option. Run. Pass. With Y stick.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Square button.
Tua going to throw.
R1 button.
He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Play, run. Inside AHPA's power.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Run, pass. Quick, Y stick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Circle button. R1 button.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Cross button.
And it's caught. And the Dolphins are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Miami. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
You had 15 options, had empty selected.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Let's go, y'all. Good shot.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. First carry now for David Montgomery. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play. And they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it. And he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. Now Hill to return it.
R2 button.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they are on a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Y-stick. Play. Run. Inside hand. AHP ace power.
Down. Yellow, line. Check right.
Cross button. Cross button.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Opposite, green. Direct walk.
Cross button.
They'll run with McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Auction is set to standard pass 20. Auction is set to play action pass 61. Play puff Florida stretch. Pod flood. Pod slide. Pod drag wheel. Pod LT. Pod drag wheel.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On play action, here's Tua. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Recent play, favorites, there are 8. Personnel, there are. Play type, there are 8. Run. Pass. Play action pass, there. Shotgun, stand, quick pass. Y stick.
Okay, ready?
Cross-cutting.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Cross-cutting.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Alexander Johnson. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't say it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
Entering play call.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. Back to throw. Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
There are 6
Defensively, we
categories.
always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, Fields. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Fields finds Kmet on the quick slant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They'll run with Montgomery. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
Play call,
the coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Triangle button.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua, throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Jet touch pass. Jet touch pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And some room to work.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And this is an example of breaking down the defense, because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 action, HPA's power.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
Entering play call.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
16 options. Y stick is selected. Played. Run. Inside handoff. HPA's power.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Entering play call. HPA's power. Play type. Auction. Run. Pass. Quick. Y stick.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Square button.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Circle button.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Touchdown! Hunter Long, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. Takes it to about the 37.
Play call.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
Play call. Coach suggestions.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for him on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Past 16 plays, you have 5 options. Passes selected. Coach Weistick. Recent plays, favorites, personnel, there are 8 play, run. Inside, HDA's power.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Good move, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Power.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back near his goal line. Here's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line.
The Bears now ready to take over again. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. Emmanuel Ogbah racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Entering play call.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Triangle button.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Entering play call. Y-stick. Ready.
Tua to throw again.
R1 button.
He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
R1 button.
Now Tua.
R1 button. R1 button.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
There are 6 categories.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Entering play call. Y stick.
Let's go now.
Circle
Here's
button.
Tagovailoa to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Entering play call. On plan, there are 8 category. Player, there are 8. Formation, there are 8 play type, there are run, pass, quick, Y stick.
Here we go. Set.
Cross button.
Tua going to try and throw for it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2,
Entering
you would think maybe a few more
special
attempts
teams.
at running.
You have 6
I think
options.
stats
Kickoff
over
left is
time
selected.
may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Entering play call. Personnel, there are 8. Play type, there are run, pass, quick, Hail Mary.
Let's go.
Triangle
Tua,
button.
a final
Triangle
shot before
button.
half.
Triangle
He's going to
button.
take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
Cross
And he
button.
bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And at the half, 14-3 is the score. The Patriots seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers carving them up with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And currently, they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Bears, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 121 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HD inside zone is selected.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Inside handoff.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. McCaffrey running up the middle. 5 yards on first down, and now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Tagovailoa. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Formation. Play type. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick.
Come on, set.
Square button.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down, and the Bears will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence
Entering
back.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fields now to throw. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Montgomery back to the ground. Brought down at the 20.
Entering play call.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second and 7 from the 20. Fields tapping it forward. Jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will cut the lead down to 13. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the main field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to pass. Tua under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center of the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And the final clocking there, according to Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in 2.2 seconds. So the pass rush overwhelming that time. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
R1 button.
And he'll just toss it away.
Entering play call.
So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
There are 6 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Running for it, Montgomery. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. Nifty move. Again the juke. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 171 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HB inside zone is selected.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Dances by him. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Cross button.
This is McCaffrey.
Button.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HB inside zone is selected.
Here we go, set.
Cross button.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Cross button.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, it's Fields. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Hill on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Categories. Option is set to inside handoff 63. Option. Run. Inside. AHDA's power.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at Soldier Field.
Inside handoff.
It's Dolphin football. It's also
power.
Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he goes out right around the 39. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ready, break.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Here we go.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Tua looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Tua going to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Favorites, there are 8 personnel, play type, there are run, pass, run. Inside, AHPA's power.
Okay, break.
Here we go with McCaffrey.
R2 button.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamp. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Y-stick.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Circle button. R1
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this one too low.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Circle button. R1 button. Cross
A
button.
2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
R1 button.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Inside, AHPA's power.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
McCaffrey.
R2 button.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines. And let's close this one out.
Power, play, option, pass. With Y-stick.
Ready.
Square button.
Here's Tagovailoa on first and 10.
R1 button. Cross
And
button.
seeing no options, he just
Entering
tosses this
play
one
call
away
with
incomplete.
Y-stick.
Now that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
R1 button.
Now
Square
Tua
button.
gets this one to Hill.
And they're going to get this
Entering
down to
play
about the
call with
17-yard
there are
line
6
here.
categories. You have 16 options. Y-stick is Y-stick. Y-stick.
The offense on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5.
R1 button.
Here's
R1
Tua.
button. R1 button.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Entering play call with pass there. Y-stick.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
Square button. R1
Here's
button.
Tagovailoa to
Cross
throw.
button. Triangle button.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a give running right is Montgomery. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. They juked him. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well,
the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Entering play call. Y-stick. Y-stick. Play type. Run. Inside. AHPA's power.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, go.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Man, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. From the gun, here's Fields. Dancing to his left. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards for number 11.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Komet, the tight end.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Fields.
This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Montgomery.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Once more Montgomery, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So Montgomery denied on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Ready?
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
Inside handoff.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Cross button.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Shifts by him. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. McCaffrey running up the middle, able to slither by. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Entering play call.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ready.
Cross button.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Miami, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.